Heat leading by 6. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz. Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Mitchell is out there with Conley. And it's Gay in at the small forward. Here's Conley. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Conley dishes to Favors. Gobert, the screen. There's a screen. Feeds it to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good. Mitchell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Lowry kicks to Bosh. Ring shot on the way. That's good. He's 5 for 9. And about a minute of action so far in the 3rd quarter. Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Gobert, the screen. Favors dishes to Gobert. Pass to Mitchell.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Miami leading by 7. 3rd quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Double team on Wade. Outside Bosh. Off target from outside.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Mitchell. He's got 9. Favors with the screen. Mitchell kicks to Favors. And the layup falls. Favors has got 10 points in the game.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket for Mitchell. Mitchell's got 5 points now this quarter. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Lowry kicks to Butler. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Lowry for 3, and the shot is good. He's got 15. Jazz have gone 3 of 4 so far in the 3rd quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Mitchell passes to Conley. Favors with a screen on Butler. There's the screen. Shot clock at 6. And it's Mitchell missing.
Well, the defense recognized how dangerous he is out there and got right up on him. Didn't give him any space.
Wade against Conley. Now here's Wade. He's got 8. The drive by Lowry. Gobert with the block. That's it, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Conley.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers, but in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only 1 playoff. Only 1. Count them, 1. Back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he were still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
Rodney Hood's checked in for Utah. The Heat also with the sub. Luol Deng is checked in for Butler. Outside Lowry. Bosh, the screen. Wade kicks to Bosh. Bosh double teamed. There's the closer. Utah with the rebound.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be complete.
Now here's Favors. He's got 10. Good. Now just a 2-point Heat lead. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Gobert. Hood kicks to Gobert. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Here's Dang following the three-pointer by Utah to stop the run, and it's good on the way in. Dang's got his first 2 points of the night. Utah has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Conley kicks to Favors. Here's Hood. He's covered by Dang. Gobert the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And good on the basket. Hook it. 16 points for Silk.
And it looks like they left a defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Now here's Bosch. 10 points for him. Up and in on the layup. Bosch has got 12. And the Jazz with possession here. It's a one-point game. Conley kicks to Favors. Gobert with a screen for Favors. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Favors has got 6 points in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Wade. 8 points for him. Plenty of daylight on that shot. 14 points for Chris Bosh.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
A tight game here in Utah. And here is Conley. He's got 11. Outside Favors. Gobert the screen. Mitchell kicks to Hood. Utah gets it back. Up top Favors. There's the pick. To the paint. Tries again. And Utah again with the bucket.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Lowry against Conley. Lowry kicks to Bosh. From 11 feet away. And another basket for Miami.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
Simply phenomenal, Greg, the effort we've seen from both sides here.
Now here's Favors. 14 points for him. Favors with the screen. Conley with it. Lowry picks him up. Here's Hood. Off the pick. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Hood's got his first points in this one.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Hey, I don't know if it was changing baskets or what, guys, but they clearly look a lot better offensively.
Now here's Conley. He's got 11. Dishes to Hood. They get it back, and Gobert kicks to Conley. Favors with a screen on Lowry. Stolen by Bosh. Conley against Lowry. On the wing, Dang. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Dang's got his second bucket of the night. Utah leading. Here's Mitchell. He's got 18. Right side, Conley. The pass to Mitchell. Gobert, the screen. There's the pick. Lets the three fly. And it's Mitchell missing.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense. That's a nice drive there, Kevin. He beat the lone defender and was wide open under the hoop.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Back to Conley. Here's Mitchell. He is a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Dang against Conley. From the arc. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Dang. And it's a 4-point Heat lead. One of the stories here, Kyle Lowry getting it done today.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. He got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
And the Jazz call time here.
Well, I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. The Heat also changing it up. Whiteside's checked in for Bosh. Butler comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Jennings in for Kyle Lowry. Jazz trail by 4. Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
And it's Butler with the jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
3 from Game. Miami grabs the miss. Butler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. He kicks to Whiteside. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Jennings wide open. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, again, just a lackluster transition defense.
And 7 of the last 10 points, Greg, they've surrendered, have come off the fast break, so real easy to see what the problem is.
Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 10. Here's Wiles. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Butler passes to Whiteside. Looking for Dang, he gets it there. Good. And now an 11-point Heat lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. Butler kicks to Jennings. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. The Heat making a switch here. Stoudemire's checked in. Jazz trail by 14. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lyles passes to Clarkson. He dishes it to Burke. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. The shot by Clarkson, no good. Jennings. Shot is no good. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Miami ahead. They lead by 14. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Burke with it on the floor for Miami. We've got Dang. Stoudemire out there with Whiteside. Then there's Jennings. And it's Butler in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Gay. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Burke. From the line. And that one goes long. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Lyles. And it's Conley in for Trey Burke.
Michael Conley.
The Heat leading by 14. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. Here's Butler. Outside Jennings. Passes to Bosh. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Listen to the reaction of the fans after that call.
Really safe to say they were not too happy about that one.
Gobert, the screen. Outside Conley. Rudy Gay on the wing. He's covered by Bosh. Clock at 4. Stolen by Bosh. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Really an extraordinary game for Butler. He has 15 points and 2 steals as well. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
And you know what? He is the total package today, giving them a little bit of everything.
First free throw is good.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Favors comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Mitchell in for Clarkson. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Miami. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level. Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Wade, right side. Count that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Heat.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
Now here's Gay. Gobert the screen. Jazz passing it around. Just 5 to shoot. They double him with Butler. Conley for 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks, Clark, by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
Time now for an injury report. And let's send it over to our Doris Burke for an injury update on Luol Deng.
Hey guys, I was able to talk with the head athletic trainer of Miami about his status. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. This injury could be a huge blow to a team with title hopes this season if he were to miss significant time. Kev, hoping for the best on the sideline here.
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
And he's a tough guy. My guess is he'll be back before we know it, and better than ever.
Greg, I sure hope you're right. I mean, there are just so many uncertainties when it comes to dealing with injuries, though. Let's hope for the best.
Now Lowry. Whiteside a screen. The drive by Wade. Whiteside dishes to Buck. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
The closer's checked in for Whiteside.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Now here's Gay. There's the feed to Conley. Miami grabs the miss. The closer's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Butler from outside. Again, the miss by the Heat. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there are some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. That drops. 16 points for Derek Favors.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley against Lowry. Gobert the screen. Mitchell kicks to Gobert. It's Gay on the wing. The tray. Another miss by Gay.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Wade with no one around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Utah calls timeout.
And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
Here's Mitchell, defended by Butler. Mitchell passes to Favors. Fires from 18. Rebound by Kyle Lowry. And here are the Heat now. They're on a 15-6 run. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Bosch. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. It's pretty late in the game to be altering the game plan, but they're going to come out with a different look here, guys. Back to you.
And thank you for that, Doris. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
You know, one thing we saw a lot of last season during the playoffs was the hack-a-shack plan, pretty much purposely fouling a poor free throw shooter. A lot of differing opinions on it, as it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bosch. P.J. Tucker comes in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Jody Meeks in for Dwayne Wade. The hack-a-shack or the hack-a-Jordan or the hack-a-whatever being the focus of the playoffs last season. We saw it up close and personal. It opened up a debate, Greg, on whether or not it should be allowed. What do you think?
You know, it's a touchy subject. I remember last summer, or spring, I should say, the commissioner touched upon it. You know, one of the concerns is, do you want to change a rule for an entire league when it basically affects 2 players? And so it's something that you got to be sensitive to. But to your point, the fans don't want to see that ugly style of basketball.
It's boring. It slows the game down. Amare Stoudemire is checked in for Miami. Jennings comes in for Kyle Lowry. Stoudemire setting the pick for Jennings. Pass to Stoudemire. The dish now to Tucker. And it's off from three-point range. Utah has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
But he recovers it. Miami no good on that time either. The Jazz shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Out to the right wing. Here's Ingles. Sinks the three-pointer.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Now here's Jennings. Defense right on him. They swipe it. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I like what they're doing inside here in the second half. I mean, they're still trailing, but they're showing a lot of grit down low in the paint.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing injured. And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
Now here's Conley. Gobert the screen. Conley dishes to Ingles. Kicks to Gay. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end. And guys, more and more, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half, giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
And speaking of more space for the players, there's even been talk of widening the court. What do you think of that, Clark?
Players have gotten bigger and more athletic, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe widening the lane a bit. I know the owners with those front row seats raking in that cash might not want to expand the court.
And the basket by Wade.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Mitchell. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Some good numbers for Silk. He has 23 points, and he's got 9 points from behind the arc.
And that's been an important part of his game today. It's really spaced the floor.
Now, here's Wade. And a foul called on the... Shot got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
That free throw, no good. Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then he had to change away when LeBron came in to play
Great
a
credit
different
to
way.
him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. And he's good on the second. Here's Conley. And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 14-6 run. Favors with the screen. Favors with the screen on Lowry. Conley with a wide-open look. And it's Miami with the rebound. Bosch has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Butler on the wing. Drops in the layup for 2. Butler's got 7 now in this quarter.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Conley kicks to Favors. Here's Mitchell. At the top of the key, Gobert. Pass to Mitchell. Tipped away. Butler with the steal. And it's Lowry penetrating, and he gets it to go. Lowry's got 12 points here in the second half.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
Miami leading by 23. The closer passes to Lowry. Gobert against Butler. And it's Wade in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 5 assists tonight.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Conley. Feeds it to Favors. Here's Mitchell. 6 to shoot. 3 from Gay. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capabilities.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Wade. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Here's Gay after the made shot from Dwayne Wade. That's good. And here's Lowry. 34 seconds left in the game. Pass to the closer. Good on the shot. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds. So it's the Jazz now. Outside Conley. Favors sets the pick for Conley. Favors at the elbow. They set the pick. Gobert the screen. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Yeah, he looked clumsy on that one. He was not going to get away with that.
Yeah, he climbed all over him. I mean, there's a picture of that one in the officiating manual. So, clear, easy call.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
That free throw good from Wade. Both free throws good from Wade. There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Burke with it. Takes a three. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Chris, tell us a little bit about the philosophy behind your game and how this team works so well together.
Well, I mean, it's just energy and belief. It's the belief system. You know, we all work hard. I work extremely hard, and you know, when I go out there and just play and don't think about it and play with energy, you know, good things happen.
Chris, congratulations. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwayne Wade. He had just an outstanding fourth-quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
Well, Dwayne Wade was at his best tonight, fellas. He's a ferocious competitor when he gets in the zone like that. That intensity on defense, those explosive moves to the rim, Dwayne Wade had it going on tonight.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.